Hey guys, it's Michelle with Tennis Warehouse, and we are on site at the BNP Paribas Open in Indian Wells, California. And if you can see, we are amidst the practice courts. So excited. We're waiting for Iga, WTA world #1, to take the court for her practice here. We've been promised a nice long practice. I have a feeling she's going to do some amazing drills that hopefully we can share with you so you can use that for the next time you step on the court.
We were fortunate enough to catch a full practice in March 2023 with Iga Swiatek, a hitting partner, and her coach that she's been working with since 2021, Thomas Witkowski. They started with short court and moved back fairly fast to a full court hitting through the middle of the court. This practice was a couple weeks before she switched from Asics to On, so she was wearing her Asics Gel Resolution 9s and Asics apparel and hitting with her Technofiber Tempo 298 Iga racket strung with Technofiber Razor Code 17 in white. Through this practice, her team was monitoring her on a computer on the side of the court. We can assume that this had to do with performance and recovery, as well as her movement, heart rate, etc. But we are also curious if On was tracking her movement, as it seems like they'll be working with her to create a new tennis performance shoe. After about 10 minutes of warming up, Iga came to the net to work on her volleys. Her coach gave her some tips and reminders on turning in regards to her backhand volley and keeping the movement tight and compact, yet efficient. After some volley work, she warmed up her overheads and began to focus on hitting overheads from the back of the court where the ball bounces in front of her, and she takes it just inside the baseline. Her coach chimes in with positive reinforcements and encouragement, and she continues to execute these shots effectively. She progresses by asking for balls with extra topspin and works on her timing and putting these balls away deep into the court. With a break between drills and hitting, we get to see a little footwork and conditioning with the spider drill. Balls are placed in 5 spots on the court, and she sprints to pick them up one at a time and bring them back to the middle of the baseline. Iga works on moving efficiently and sliding into the ball as she picks each ball up. They time her and are able to compare if she's moving quicker and more efficiently with each rep of this drill. After 2 rounds, her coach begins to feed her some balls, and she works on adding arc to mid-court shots while she's accelerating through. She moves forward on the diagonal to hit, and she remains efficient with her movement, retreating back to the baseline between each one. They progress this and turn it into a live ball situation. They isolate the hitter to the deuce side of the court, giving Iga a specific target as she covers both sides of the court. This allows Iga to work at the point and wait for the right ball to open the court with. The hitter advances the drill by moving her side to side. She looks to work the point and open the court with the right ball. They do the same, but switch the hitter to the odd side. It was awesome to see Iga dictate and how she creates an opening in the court and which balls she decides to step up and be aggressive on. They continue to work on similar drills. Now both Iga and the hitter are working on the deuce side with cross-court rallies. The hitter is giving her heavy, deep shots, while Iga has to figure out which is the best ball she can dictate on and take down the line with her forehand. Anytime the hitter doesn't get the ball close to the baseline, Iga takes advantage and rips the ball to the open court. The coach asks the hitter to give her heavy shots that are shorter in the court so she can troubleshoot when to attack these higher bouncing balls that aren't as deep. Anything near the service line, she takes to the open court. The hitter then moves to the ad side, and the coach asks him to hit through the middle of the court with high, heavy topspin, so Iga can work on her inside-out forehand and continue to choose when to attack to the open court. We continue to watch the same drill, but the hitter now hits high loopers to Iga's backhand. She works the point cross court till she can attack with her backhand down the line, or even attack with a forehand to the open court. Iga's racket head acceleration is quite obvious and completely impressive through all of these drills. After a good groove from the baseline, the two begin serving and returning drills. The hitter begins hitting second serves while Iga practices her returns. He can serve anywhere, and she keeps her motion simple with a tight, compact backswing as she pounces on the ball and accelerates through her return, finding her targets. As the hitter gets warmer with his serves, he increases the pace. Next, Iga asks him to pull her out wide and to the tee, keeping her outside of her strike zones as she works on going after returns that aren't to her. She progresses this to ask him to mix in body serves so it's not as predictable and she doesn't get used to anything. They switch to the ad side with the hitter still serving, and they begin with second serves again as Iga picks her targets and drills her returns. Once satisfied, Iga warms up her serves. As she gets warm, she begins on an offensive tactic to dictate points with. Some call it serve and next shot, while others might know it as the serve +1. Simply put, it's where she hits her serve and immediately takes the next shot to the open court. She does this with different serves, everything from flatter first serves to flat tee shots, even kicker second serves or body shots that jump up on the hitter. This progresses to full point play from the deuce side. Once Iga feels good on the deuce side, they switch to the ad side, where Iga begins serving and playing out points. She seems to be struggling a little bit more on finding her targets on the ad side, specifically with her body and wide serves missing just long. She makes some small tweaks and persists until she's satisfied before she starts working on her tee serves, which on the contrary, her tee serves are dialed in. She returns to the wide serve and hopes to feel just as confident here, and then progresses to execute the serve +1. As her practice begins to wind down, her coach grabs a box of balls and feeds Iga a variety of shots, working on her resilience to run shots down and hit everything efficiently and effectively. He encourages her to hustle to every shot, even the outfeeds.
Masz więcej czasu, zaczynasz szukać piłki prawą nogą. Jak masz więcej czasu, to musisz robić szybki przeskok, tak żeby dalej być w rotacji. Zaczynasz łapać piłkę za bardzo przed sobą. Okay. I ostatnia seria.
He switches it up and gives her some higher, bouncing, shorter balls to work on, getting inside the court to attack. While I don't speak or understand Polish, I think some of these drills are to give her confidence putting balls away before practice is wrapped up, while offering her different looks at balls and getting her ready to react to anything, whether she's playing a hard hitter pulling her side to side or facing a super consistent player who takes the pace off the ball. After smacking these fed balls away, she looks confident and satisfied with her time on the court, and her practice concludes. After just over an hour of court time, she heads off the court for a full cool down, stretch, and any extra needed conditioning or rehab.
We hope you guys enjoyed that practice session as much as we did. Iga really knows how to bring the intensity on the court, amazing footwork, insane drills that hopefully you guys can take with you onto the court the next time you get out there. For more videos like these, please visit us at tenniswarehouse.com.